Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today for your Sunday series, it's going to be a semifinal from Katowice 2020. This is going to be good. Game number 1 between Rogue and Maru will be on Nightshade, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner is the blue Terran player, Maru. Man, I haven't cast Maru in one of these semifinals for a long time, it feels like. And in the top left-hand corner, he is terrifying. He is good at this game. It is the Red Zerg player, Rogue. All right, man. 2 players at the top of their game right now. Maru having his best performance in a Premier Tournament in some time, it feels like. Several months at the very least. Rogue did make it to BlizzCon. Looked pretty darn good. Got knocked out by Dark in BlizzCon, who went on to win the whole thing. So how good is Rogue is going to be the question of the day. You may have noticed in some of my recent casts, the sound is a little bit blown out. I apologize for that. Apparently, the gain knob on my Yeti microphone here is having some little glitchy issues. And I just kind of tweaked it a little bit, and hopefully I will not blow out your headphones or speakers anymore. But hopefully the sound is okay. Let me know if the sound is not okay, and I will attempt to adjust it. Maybe not here because this isn't live. Alright, man, we've got a Reaper expand here from Maru. We have a 16, 18, 17 from Rogue, standard, as standard can be. The SCV is checking for stuff, so the Reaper knows whether he has to stay home or not. In this case, he is free to move out and try to kill some Zerglings. In the hands of Rogue, that's going to be hard to do, though. Those Lings are going to seem fairly immortal to him. This Reaper's name is 2 Zerglings in a Reaper suit. A pair of freshly hatched Zerglings that were ordered to sneak into an R-rated movie and disguise themselves as the fastest kind of Terran their queen could think of. The drone murderer, the Reaper. So 2 Zerglings in a Reaper suit. I'm kind of liking this a lot, actually. Rogue's third base, 2.5 minutes, man. Check this action out. Go, 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 go. No, what? No! That was as close as you can get without getting it. God, Maru's got to be upset about that. He could have delayed that for some time. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks for Maru. He wanted that delay. He went for it. He almost got it. That has got to be as close as you can get. Seriously. He did get a Ling kill to assuage his sadness. God. That is just a rough way to start your series, man. That was so close. I thought for sure he'd blocked it. That just goes to show what I know about things. Anyway, Queen's here to stab away at Reapers. Make sure creep tumors come up nicely, because again, we lost the ability to cancel creep tumors some time ago. Unfortunately for Zerg players, but they've been able to compensate well enough, I gotta say. I don't think that's really affected much, although the important thing about creep tumors is that they are they have a cascading effect, right? Oh, look at this positioning. Oh my gosh, look at that positioning. Just waiting. He knows the Reaper's going to come up here on this map. There's nowhere else he can go, really, without coming onto the creep and being visible anyway. But that first, if you kill this first tumor, it slows down creep spread by the Zerg player by, I want to say, at least 25%. It really does, because getting this out late or having to restart it after it dies really slows it down, and more tumors are out, the faster the creep spreads, and the more of a problem it is for the Terran Hellion production here from Maru, because what else are we going to do today? Tech Lab on a starport could be Banshees. We'll keep an eye on that. That's something Special likes to do in this particular matchup, and it is Cloak and a Banshee on the way in that production tab. Trying to kill some of these eggs with the Hellions. Actually, Hellions do decent damage against eggs, not too terrible. Creep spread, really prioritizing connecting all 3 of his bases with creep here for Rogue. Then gonna work down this ramp, and then work this path, and then we'll see how it goes. But if you're a good Terran player, you can deny a bit of that with your Hellions and your Reaper here. Banshee can do a great job with it too. I like this. I like Banshee openings quite a bit. It can really throw a Zerg player off their game if a Cloak Banshee shows up, and they aren't quite ready for it. So no safety spores yet. You're going to want spores if you don't know what your opponent is up to, which Rogue has no idea what Maru is up to here. I'm shocked. Okay, so he does 430 with the spores. It's a little bit late, but he's getting him because he has no idea what Maru is up to. Seeing the Hellions tells him absolutely nothing. This could be battle cruisers, this could be Banshees, and as a result, you want to have that safety spore just to anchor your defense against that. So far, so good, I say, from Rogue. He's defending adequately, if not very well. Has lost no drones yet. Got that third base down on time. Again, a bit of luck went into play there, but still very nice, and using the Queens to defend exceptionally well. These Overlords providing nice spotting locations, so the Hellions can't really run around here in the dark. They're running around in the vision that Rogue can see, so this is not as hard for him as other times. I like the positioning of the evolution chambers, just allowing the Hellions to run right into that mineral line. They have to go around here or around there, which are things they don't want to do especially. But yeah, so far so good. Pretty darn standard opening. It's double Banshee with Cloak. Okay. All right. I'm down with this. Additional barracks coming in, so we're going to bio it in the first game. I'm not sure Maru is super into mech. Haven't seen a bunch of mech from him. I actually haven't seen this series, to be honest. He's darting in, and then he doesn't quite commit. Doesn't quite commit to that pressure. Maru knows he's going to get a couple shots off and then get out and call it a day. I don't know about this missile attack upgrade from Rogue. Tells me he's probably going to go for, like, roaches and stuff. Look at these Banshees, though. Goodbye, Queen. Oh, the transfuses, though. Oh, transfuses, though. Man, 4 drones down to 2 Banshees. That's a pretty good trade for Rogue. I'm sure he's okay with that. Our Reaper friend is still alive. Queen roasted and toasted. KD8 charge providing additional damage per second here, too. Ling's trying to get a surround, but Maru's not allowing it. He's being far too cautious. He'd love to kill that Queen. He doesn't want to get surrounded. Good positioning. He's going for it, though. I don't think these Hellions are getting out. There's roaches now. Oh, yeah. Our Reaper dies. Goodbye, 2 Zerglings and a Reaper suit. Goodbye, all the Hellions for 3 drones. Not a good trade. Bad trade for Maru there. I don't like it at all. But he got his 3rd base down successfully, which is always nice. No harassment possible from Rogue because he was defending so much. He's got a lair. Obviously, he's going for roaches because, you know, this is what this build is with the missile attack and the carapace. It's a bit too many workers to be like a crazy, crazy fast Roach Ravager all in. Obviously, that's not what it is because it would have hit by now. But so far, so good. I got to say, out of Maru, being on 3 bases while your opponent is on 3 bases himself as a Zerg player. Oh, it's a Nidus. Is it a Roach Queen Nidus, though? Oh, no. Is he prepared for this at all? Does he have any tanks? He's got a couple tanks. Okay, he's got Marines. He's going to put some pressure on Rogue and make this a harder thing to pull off. But this feels very much Roach Queen Nidus with +1/+1. Roach, I don't know where you're going. Oh, never mind. We're just going like this. All right. We're just walking across the entire map and killing your 3rd base. Maru's like, what? Stuck in no man's land here. Do I continue? Do I go home? I have to rely on 2 tanks and a bunch of SCVs to save me there. Plus, the 2 Banshees are so good. So good against all these roaches. Queens walked way across the map, though. Do not die to corrosive bile. The sound of ultimate suffering. Yeah, these Marines are doing all right. They're taking down each roach that kind of wanders into this area, which is hilarious for them. Yeah, 3rd base down. I cannot believe Maru lost those 2 Banshees to corrosive bile. I can't. It's not feeling good, Terran players. I don't like it very much. It's 150 to 105 supply. Maru's 3rd base is gone. Rogue still has giant amounts of roaches and ravagers remaining. Maru's on 2 bases. A lesser Zerg player would attack into this and lose everything probably. So Rogue, when he's ahead, just going to get more ahead. Just working on 2-2. Happily sitting on 63, 64 workers to 50. Maru kind of dancing around out here, not quite sure what he can accomplish with these units. It's only a handful of Marines, although they do have 1/1 and combat shield and stim, so they're a little stronger than your average Marine. 4th base coming up from Rogue. Drop. I'm going to try to maybe cancel that. I like this positioning on the high ground from Maru. He's working on +2. The attack up here at the 3rd base does get a couple drones, and then the 4th base gets canceled. Hey! All right, Maru kind of working his way back into this one. These are the things you have to do if you're going to win a game when you are in a terrible position, as Maru definitely is. He's going to try to land his 3rd base in an unexpected position, hopefully to avoid Rogue's observance there at some point. Again, it's just not... Maru's being annoying with this little drop, but he's not really going to win the game with it. It's not going to happen at all. Spore Crawler here to help with medevac shenanigans if they try to drop into this natural base. 2-2 on the way from Maru. His 3rd base is landed. Mules are good. They'll help him recover his economy pretty quickly. As they say, Terran is never dead until they are dead. Until it's a GG, man. Until they've left, they're not dead. So, Maru is mounting a comeback. His army's out of position for this, though. Again, Roach Ravager gets worse and worse versus Bio as the upgrades start to kick in. There's a small window here where Rogue can handle this, especially if he has 1/1. Rogue just throwing his face into these tanks at the top of this ramp for Maru. Good heavens. So he wins that. He's got a Nidus coming up. Maru attacking. He denies missile attack level 2 and Carapace. level 2 and forces a cancel on the 4th base. And the 3rd base is going to die. And Rogue doesn't care. He's in here. He's in your base killing your dudes. But guess who's in your base killing your dudes? Maru, as he gets the hatch, he picks up, he boosts into the main base. As you want to do is killing drones. Lots of SCVs are dying on the other side. What chaos we have for game number 1 of the series. Boy, I hope we get more of this. They don't have 2-2 yet. Where is the engineering bays? The engineering bays are somewhere. They're back here. They're not going to get canceled. 2-2's going to finish. Oh, but Maru taps out and Rogue gets your winner there in 10 minutes for game number 1. Good grief. What a fantastic first game there. Oh, crikey. Yeah, so I mean, end of the day, 38 workers for Maru, 48 for Rogue. Not a big deal, but the army supply is 148 for Rogue and 43 for Maru. It just comes down to that Rogue was a 3-basing Zerg for quite some time, and he was maxed out on Roach Ravager. And even if they didn't have 2-2, he just had enough stuff left. 47 Roaches and 10 Ravagers versus 25 Marines. Again, Marines with 2-2 are scary, as 2-2 is finishing up. We can see it over here. But it's not enough. Not enough when you're doubled up. 2 Roaches for every Marine, 10 Ravagers in the mix with Corrosive Biles all over the place. Plus, your main base is in trouble. You've lost a bunch of add-ons. Your production is not what it once was. Did he lose this? No, his 3rd base is alive. Did Rogue know about this? He knew. So he knew about it. He just didn't do anything to kill it at the moment. So I don't know. I kind of want to look at this from Maru's perspective in the last few seconds here. I mean, these guys died. The main base was doing stuff. He's killing these roaches. I don't know. I guess maybe the big problem is he doesn't have anything to kill this. His production is beset upon. Every Marine he makes out of these buildings, every Marauder he makes will die before it accomplishes anything. So even if he's kind of holding court up here, that's just too much, man. Look at all these roaches and Ravagers. Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, he put Rogue into a bad position, but Rogue still ends up getting the win. That is tight. What a crazy close game number 1 there for our semifinal series. That's tons of fun. Holy smokes. If this is the whole series, I'm going to have a good time with this. And you should too. So hit that like button. But all right, let's move on into game number 2 here. We shall return. Game 2 is here on Eternal Empire. Top right, Maru. Bottom left, Rogue. Woo! Man, that game 1 was intense. I haven't watched this series before. I just caught bits and pieces of the semifinals and the finals of Katowice because I was live streaming here on YouTube with Brood War. And on Twitch, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin, I was doing Warcraft 3 Reforged, the campaign, which is pretty darn fun. I know the multiplayer community of Warcraft 3 has a lot of gripes. They are very, very good gripes, you guys. And this is a 16 pool here from Rogue. Dun, dun, dun. All right, man. Maru, send your SCV across just to make sure you don't need to leave your Reaper at home. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, good stuff, man. I stream here on YouTube. You've probably seen my VODs come up if you didn't get the live notifications. But yeah, it's Brood War stuff. People send me replays. I really need to do something along those lines for StarCraft 2 as well. I think it's only fair that I do that. But anyway, there's your hatch at about 18 supply. So it's 16-18 build with no gas. So this isn't going to be aggressive. This is going to make a few Zerglings try to hop up here and mess with the SCV building this command center. Otherwise, not much really going on. Yeah, the timing on that gas is too late for Speedlings to really do anything. So got a 4-lings on the way. So it's not going to be a full set of 6. And the SCV is scouting properly. And the Reaper's name is going to be Wonder Woman. So no backstory here for Wonder Woman. Just a fantastic character. Pretty good movie. Probably my first best DC movie, I gotta say, since the Batman series. And even then, I did not enjoy The Dark Knight Rises. I've like ranted about this before, but I think it all boils down to I hate the idea of Bruce Wayne being happy and retired with Selena Kyle in Paris. Like, none of that makes sense. If you just want to tell me that Alfred is hallucinating Bruce being happy and that he actually died saving Gotham from that bomb, I feel much better about the ending. But I don't think that's what the intent was for Christopher Nolan, and that bothers me. Anyway, Dark Knight Rises. Like, Batman Begins is maybe the first best superhero movie of the millennium. Obviously, some Spider-Man movies are very good, but man, Batman Begins is so good. And then Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone one of my favorite superhero movies. So that was fantastic. And then he follows it up with kind of an incomprehensible, blah, blah, I don't even know, Dark Knight Rises kind of a thing with too many characters and too many villains, and none of it sat well with me. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, these lings are out, so I'm not sure Wonder Woman has any interest in doing anything other than kind of sharking around and scouting. Like, I don't know that getting kills is really going to be part of her game plan here today. In fact, not dying is... Oh, gosh, the death is here, though. Goodbye. Yeah, too many queens. Too much range on those queens, and the queens finish the job. Now, is Maru somebody to go for mech? I haven't seen him do it. To be fair, I have not been casting a ton of Maru games recently. That is extremely fair, actually. So, he's going for Hellions, but again, that doesn't tell us anything. There's about 4 minutes on the scouting timing here that this Overlord wants to jump in and see what's going on. Is he getting Overlord speed? He's not. So, Cyril gets Overlord speed. I would recommend getting Overlord speed, especially if you're a lower level Zerg player in a ZVT. You need to know what your turn friend is up to here. At about 4 minutes, so not now. 2 minutes is too early. 3 minutes is really too early. Because again, this opening has nothing to do with what they are doing after this point. It could be both bio or mech. It could even be a delayed battle cruiser play. It totally could. So until you see a second factory or a second barracks or a fusion core, you don't know what you're dealing with. And it's a Liberator in production. And another Reaper in production? He's replacing the dead Reaper. Interesting. Interesting choice here. This, are you just scout? I mean... Oh, was waiting to build a third command center. Yeah. So if this is a greedy Terran player who knows the macro style, you're going to get a third CC up before you see anything else. So 4 minutes isn't maybe even a right time either. You come in here, you're going to see the third CC, which is really good information. But otherwise, there's nothing here at all for you. Rogue's been left entirely alone, effectively. I mean, the Hellions being a little bit annoying. They're going to come in now, but Rogue's third base is up. He's got creep tumors galore right now. He's got a bunch of queens out. He's making more queens. He's getting his safety spores. He already has the safety spores because we're at 445. And you're going to try to get in here with Hellions, but like I don't see where you're getting in here. Ah, if the Liberator is going to distract your queens, the Hellions, they're undecided. Do they want to get in here or what? Oh, that Liberator escapes with 9 HP and is going to kill some more stuff. And the Hellions jumping into the natural base. 2 drones down. Zerglings trying their darndest to save the day. Drones splitting like their life depends on it because it does. Hellions, there's nowhere really else to go. No. Okay. So the Hellions, I think they either had to go up into the main base or follow these guys to the third. They didn't do either one of those things, and now they're dead. But 6 drones did get killed by the Liberator Hellion combined harassment. Unfortunately, all those things are dead right now. Yeah, the Liberator died too. Did not escape. And I think Rogue's in a pretty decent position here, to be honest. He's going for additional barracks, so bio it's going to be. We'll see what Rogue decides to go for this game. He was pretty successful with Roach Ravager last time, but this time going for the melee attack. And which tells me we're going to go for Banelings, we're going to go for Zerglings, we're going to go probably for Ultras. If we get to the late game, that's going to be the plan, though. Again, you can tell a lot from this first upgrade. So as a Terran player, same thing. If you're scouting around, you're trying to see what's up, just click on one of these Zerglings, see what upgrades they have. If they don't have melee attack upgrades, by about 7 or 8 minutes, then you're looking at probably missile attacks in case Roaches and Ravagers. It's just little bits of scouting information you can get throughout the game that will help you immensely. Is there any sign of a base? Oh, low grounding it. Okay. Ah, at the Rich Vespine Geyser. Okay, that's fair from Rogue. I like this positioning. It's a little bit like tanks can wander over here and ruin this base's day. But if you creep spread over this way, it makes it easier to defend. And Rogue's he's being left alone. Like, that Hellion attack did not do enough to justify its existence, I don't think, for Maru. I don't like where he is at this point in the game. He's obviously down in workers. He's the same in army supply. He's got 3 bases, which is really nice. There was a time a 3-basing Terran was abjectly terrifying back in Heart of the Swarm, especially under the command of somebody like Bjorn or somebody like Poltz. It was non-stop. It was aggressive. There was not much Zerg could do to survive, and just a continuous onslaught that way, but not so much anymore. 3-basing Terran is scary, but Zerg players have ways of handling it. Creep spread is hugely important here. Going for either, again, Banelings with speed or Roaches and Ravagers with Banelings. You're going to want Banelings against Bio. You just are. Maybe not all banelings, right? Maybe not all, but enough. So just wandering up to this fourth base here, though, while the army's a bit out. So they're going to sneak around. Maybe try to jump on these tanks while the Marines are away. And they are. They're going to jump on them. Banelings getting some decent hits. Nice positioning, but too much. Too much, Rogue. That's a pickup and a retreat. The tanks are gone. The Marines have to get out of there. And Rogue hangs on to that fourth base. Takes some hits, but not really enough to be worried about it in the future. Changeling trying to sneak in here, but that's the... Oh, SCV murders it. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Aspire, as I hovered over previously, is on the way from Rogue. He is one of the players on Earth that I trust to go Mutalisks against Terran. Most Zergs, I don't trust that at all. That was not a good engagement for Rogue either. Nope. Don't be attacking on into 1-1 Marines with tank support with just Zerglings, especially if there are medevacs around. Don't recommend that at all. Oh, he's making 14 mutas. All right, man. Can Rogue make this happen? Cyril can do it? Yes. I think Dart can do it? Yes. Losing your fourth base totally sucks. You got another fourth base coming up the left side, though. Maybe he was prepared for this to die. Again, it's a rough place to hold. You have this attack path and this high ground you have to worry about. Problematic. Where is he making a macro hatch at his main? Okay, so he's got his mutas and his lings and his banes. He needs to kill these Marines with the banelings, or the mutas aren't going to accomplish much. So chasing the Terran off the creep is going to be it for now. That's going to be mission number 1. Chase the Terran off the creep. And then fly on in there with the Mutalisks. Missile turrets are coming up now desperately for Maru. He saw that Mutalisk count and was like, I don't have enough to handle that back home. So the turrets are on the way. Muta count fairly high. He's working on 2-2 for his lings and his banelings and possibly ultras, although we're spending so much gas on mutas, I'm not sure we're going to see those ultralisks today. Okay, can this one turret handle this many Mutalisks with repair? Probably. I'm going to toss that out there at a probably. They get supply depot, not supply blocking Maru, but actually not even close. So Rogue's on 4 bases. I think he foresaw the death of this attempt down here, which he's trying to replant, by the way, which is fantastic. Overseer down. It doesn't have speed. He's going for speed. It's on the way now. Pneumatized Carapace coming in. Is Army in position to handle this? Dude, you can't lose another hatch here, Rogue. I don't like... Okay, there we go. Lings, Banelings, getting on in. Mutalisks. I don't know if there are enough anything to handle that giant army of Marines. All of a sudden, the Mutas maybe not a great choice, as these are just a gobsmacking number of Marines. Fourth hatch dies for the second time today. Beautiful play for Maru. North base from Maru is up. He's 4-basing it to a 3.5 basing Zerg player. You can't ask for more. The Mutalisks are no answer to these Marines, especially with 2-2 finishing up here. Drilling Claws on the Widow Mines finishing up. Yeah, Mutas are a risk, man. I'm telling you. Rogue going for Mutas there. It could have worked out. It could have gone wonderfully for him. I would argue so far it is not going wonderfully for him. A lot of gas is being spent on these Mutalisks instead of on Banelings, which he needs more of, I gotta say. I mean, if your opponent has a bunch of tanks and not as many Marines, sure, Mutas are better. But this is so many Marines. This is 59 Marines, you guys, at 10 minutes. I mean, this is what Maru is capable of as a champion player. Winner of many GSLs. Attack on the left side, a bit of a drop here. Muta's trying to handle that, but trading out kind of poorly with the Mutas, I gotta say. Mutas responding directly to a Marine drop is always going to be bad. So got some Marauders up in front. We got some tanks here. I don't know about this. Baneling getting target fired up. 114 to 81 army supply. Rogue doesn't want to commit here, and I don't think that I blame him. There are so many Marines back in this area. If these guys die, yeah, he just lets the hatch go. That is a... Maru is doing such a better job at killing bases compared to game number 1. And I really think this is going to turn into a Maru victory. I don't know how Rogue's going to be able to come back from this with just Mutalisks. I mean, might be able to take down this planetary if the Banelings come in to assist. But Maru's army is here. He might save this planetary. A lot of SCVs are going to die. Okay, 9 SCVs go down. The planetary survives, though. Army comes in, tries to snipe down the Baneling nest. They're going to be able to get it if they want it, but instead they're just going to kill everything, and Maru takes game number 2 like a boss. Wow. At that moment, he showed up on 3 bases with like 80 total Marines, and I was like, ah. I see. That's what we're looking at here today, is a ton of Marines going. Mutalisk against that was a poor choice. It really was. Rogue went for that. I was worried about it at the time, and yep, my worries came to fruition. So yeah, 4 hatcheries killed in the first 11 minutes of a game and losing no bases yourself as a Terran player. That is a recipe for victory for sure. 14 Mutalisks died. Rogue had 16 at the end of the game, but 16 Mutas against 39 Marines with 2-2. And no Widow Mines. Did he get... no, he's got... Okay, never mind. 60 Marines. I'm reading this wrong. 60 Marines and 6 Widow Mines and a Thor. Nope. That's not going to happen in any universe. So Rogue taps out. We are tied up. Let's move on into a game number 3. Yeah. This has been good so far. Fun fact, between games 2 and 3 here, best of 5, I contacted YouTube support about the fact that the system is flagging like 40 comments at a time for being inappropriate. The catch is they were posted 2 or 3 days ago. I've responded to them. I have heart on them. And yeah, I kind of feel like it's going haywire. I've had this happen 3 times in the last 48 hours. So if your comment disappears from a video, don't worry about it. I will approve it manually as soon as I have the chance. I talked to YouTube support about it, sent them a screenshot, and they're like, huh, everything's fine. And I'm like, this is not fine. I've never had this happen in the 5 years I've had this channel. But if you can't help me, that's okay. Hopefully it'll go away on its own. Support. Got all of them. Top left-hand corner, we've got, again, Maru, and in the bottom right, we have Rogue. This time going for a hatch first play. 16, 18, 17 it is. And Maru, not going for a proxy. I kind of feel like proxying a Zerg is pretty darn smart these days. Because if this Overlord doesn't find it, then I kind of feel like your chances are a little bit higher than if you go into the macro game. I could be wrong. I could be stupid wrong about that. Obviously, Maru has no interest in proxying the first 3 games of the best of 5, so it can't be that fantastic. Anyway, check out the Falcon Paladin Hour. It is a weekly podcast with myself and Samacron. We talk about StarCraft. We actually recap Katowice here a little bit in the latest edition of the pod, which I think posted today. Sometime today, maybe tomorrow, maybe yesterday. I don't know. Samacron does that thing. But yeah, it's me and Samacron. We talk about StarCraft. We talk about TV shows and movies. Stuff like The Outsider on HBO. Talking about upcoming Westworld. Talking about anime like Gate and Demon Slayer and stuff that we really enjoy. My Hero Academia, One Punch Man. I mean, it's just all the way down the list. Rick and Morty. Whatevs. SCV comes in, sees the hatch timing. Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Boss Baby. Emperor Mengsk was beaten in the stock market by a mysterious investor who was only known as the Bib of Wall Street. After plenty of hacking, Emperor Mengsk learned Bib was a literal baby. Turns out all children are charged as adults in the criminal crimes of the Dominion. Oh no, Boss Baby, you're being charged as an adult. That cannot go well for you in the long run here in your life. So anyway, shows up. These actually moving out with these lings. That's interesting. Have we seen... I don't think I've seen this in a while. So that means the Reaper gets to be able to do a little bit more stuff. A tiny bit. But these lings can't get in here in time to stop this, can they? They're running as fast as their little Zergling legs can take them without wings. They can't. There's a Marine here. This Marine might be in a bit of trouble, actually. Look at this ring around the rosy play. And bam! Well played by Maru. Disgustingly played. Ooh, Engineering Bay block at the potential third base location here for Rogue. I like this from Maru very much. Indeed, it doesn't cost him very much, but it slows down the timing on the third. Annoyingly, for sure. Ooh. Saving it. Man, look at him. He gets a Ling kill. Dang, 2 Ling kills for Boss Baby. And then still doesn't have to cancel. This takes a while. There's the cancel. But look at this delay. Look at this delay. Okay, almost blocked it with the body again. Couldn't quite do it, but dang, that's a 330 hatch from Rogue. He's not happy about that. Not even the tiniest or slightest of bits. More Hellion opening here from Maru. But yeah, check out the Falcon Paladin Hour weekly pod. Just search Falcon Paladin on your podcast app, and you will find it. Whether you're on a Windows phone, or an iPhone, or an Android phone, or like an iPad, we're there too. Podcast apps, man. No matter what it is, we're there. So fairly standard here at this stage. Maru's working on a Liberator. He's got more Hellions coming in. Reaper jumps in with 2 kills to scout for a lair timing. Does not see one, which is excellent news. Any sign of a Roach Warren also not happening. fairly early on the evolution chambers. I don't know how I feel about this. Look at these 3 queens jealously protecting these creep tumors with their lives and their spines that they're throwing out at the enemy. So yeah, third base timing is late. I'm wondering if Maru is going to adapt to like that early Roach Ravager timing I was talking about, because Maru delayed his third base for so long. But there's not a Roach Warren. Just one more gas coming in here. So no, I think Rogue's just making the best of it here. Third base on the way from Maru. Stim coming on in. That definitely tells us bio. So at this stage of the game, there you go. There's your second barracks. There's your Stim upgrade. There's another barracks. So Overlord Scout timing going to be pretty good here if you want to move in. Once again, not going for Overlord speed. Looking at it, nothing in that production tab indicates that speed is forthcoming. And maybe he just feels prepared for whatever Maru tosses at him. Like, the early attacks have not been what's killed Rogue here today. I say that as like 8 Hellions show up and he only has a handful of Lings and 2 Queens. This might be problematic. This could be really problematic. These Hellions are here to stay, man. They're going to kill as many drones as they can. That is not a great, actually, split from Rogue at all. Dude, 10 drones, 11 drones killed. And all of the Hellions die as predicted. That really helped Maru take the lead in overall income advantage as all those drones came off the line. So it was close. Maru's in the lead now, and Rogue needs to get some damage done. He made a bunch of Lings. They weren't entirely necessary. What do they I mean, can you actually, I guess 2 Marines can hold this many Lings if they have a wall as well. Walls are important, y'all. If you don't know how to wall as Terran or Protoss, you're just going to die to Speedlings. So that's why we don't see many Protoss and Terran in like the Diamond Leagues who don't know how to wall, because they have just died to Speedlings a million times and can't get up the ladder if they don't know how to do that. Anyway, Rogue is what? Baneling Nest? 1-1 coming in for the melee and the Ground Carapace. And the Baneling Nest. And that Overlord actually somehow... Nope, he died. I thought he was alive. No, the Medevac came in to provide that high ground vision. Rough stuff. 4th base on the way from Rogue. Rogue a bit down. Not happy. Delayed the 3rd base. Bad. Lost 11 drones at about the 5-minute mark. Bad. So he's definitely behind here, I'm going to say. That income tab again, still favoring Maru, coming closer down to Rogue's side of things, as he double expands like a boss. These Lings could probably jump in that 3rd base and cause some problems. I don't know what exists for Maru to defend that. Well, the drop showed up. And Maru's attempted a quick 5th does get killed, not even canceled. Lings jump on in, get 3 SCVs. Maybe could get a 4th, but the Marines are mad. And they have Stim and stuff. They don't have 1-1 or Combat Shield yet, but they have Stim, and that makes them angry. Doing drugs doesn't make you happy, I don't think. Not in the StarCraft universe, anyway. So Lings are out. They've got 1-1, which makes them very abjectly terrifying, too. I'm liking the 1-1 timings here for Rogue. 2-2s on the way, getting Burrow. Whoa, we are getting Burrow here today. I think I can live with that. We don't see a lot of Burrow from Zergs these days. Hold on, what's this? Hey, it's a 1-1 Ling train. Trying to make stuff happen at that 3rd base and at the natural base while Maru's pushing up the front with a ton of Marines and Hellbats. There's a couple Banelings here. This is exceptionally touch and go. So they they cause some problems, but they realize they have to come home. Oh, no! If the Terran player is situated in your base like this, your drones are going to die. That is 21 drones down. The Banelings are stuck behind the Queens. They can't connect on anything back there. They're trying to get to the front. The Lings are coming in, getting roasted up by the Hellbats. Hellbat ends up with 1 kill. What? That's lame. 21 drones are dead, though. The Baneling's not doing anything, and Maru takes it with a 2-1 lead. Oh, wrong person. 2-1 lead here in our semifinal series for Katowice 2020. Wow. Wow, I really think that was a combination of many things. The late 3rd base, the Hellion attack that killed 11 drones at the 5-minute mark, and then the denial of the hatchery on the bottom side, and then the fact that Rogue made a ton of Lings to handle those Hellions that he didn't need, that should have been drones, that he sent up to try to get stuff done on the other side of the map, and he couldn't do it. So he ends up losing 34 drones. He only has a couple Banelings when this army shows up, which is unfortunate. His counterattack of 1-1 Lings was a little bit baffling, to be honest with you. I don't know what that 1-1 attack of Lings was really supposed to do. I mean, you saw that, right? Maru only had like 2 Marines over here, but he had enough SCVs to kind of body block for the Marines, and more Marines are coming out all the time. That did not do anything. I mean, end of the day, it was 5 SCVs killed with 34 drones. Income tab definitely favoring Rogue. I think he just droned up too hard. That's really what it is. He droned up way too hard, did not have army to handle the push that was coming from Maru. He should have expected it, and he didn't. And that's it. That's all there was to it in that game. So pretty short games, but really intense games here so far. Let's go ahead and move on into the next game, which is going to be game number 4. Which, man, is this going to be a 3-1 stomping by Maru? Good grief. What a series from him if that's going to be the case. But we have to be there first. We got to get there first, and then we'll figure it out. So we shall return shortly. An important game number 4 here on Zen, the Ladder Edition. Top right, Maru. Bottom left, Rogue. You know we have merch. Just go to falconpaladin.store to see shirts and mugs and hats and all sorts of great stuff. SCV, not proxying. Okay, so Maru's like, hey, Falcon, you know how you said I should proxy? Well, I haven't proxied once, and I'm up 2-1. How do you like that? And I'm saying, Maru, you look good. It's been so long since I've seen you look this good before, man. You've had some really great scraps with Scarlet, which, okay, that's nice and all. That's fun. But, like, to take it to somebody like Rogue is a different level, man. Rogue is a fantastically terrifying Zerg player. Again, made it to BlizzCon and only lost to the eventual champ, so who knows how good he can be. In fairness, he beat Dark to get here, so I don't know, man. He 3-0'd Dark. I think he got 3-0'd by Dark in BlizzCon a few months ago, so ZVZ, man. Coin flippy. I really can't look at any ZVZ series and determine one player is better than the other one just based on who won it at all. I can't. Like, Raynor just owns Serral in ZVZ for some weird reason. I don't think Raynor's a better player than Serral is. And I don't know that Rogue and Dark are that different from each other just based on the results we've seen recently. It's nuts. ZVZ, weird matchup. I hate it. Everyone hates it. And it is what it is. Okay, well, a Reaper on the way from Maru. He likes his Reapers. This Reaper's name is Sir Tristan, a loyal servant of King Arthur. His name, which derives from an ancient Celtic dialect, means clinking swords of iron, and despite common opinion, is completely unrelated to the French word triste, which means sad. It may be in fact related to tryst, another French word for secret romantic rendezvous, as Sir Tristan is nearly killed by a rival lover while peacefully playing the harp one day. Rather than pay for the witness protection, King Arthur instead offers a badly wounded Sir Tristan up to the Reaper program, under the pretense that he will be... Oh, there's another Reaper. Oh, a Marine's on the way. That he will be a valiant warrior, clinking swords of iron and all, rather than a sentimental harpist who may or may not have stolen another man's wife. All right, so I don't know how accurate that history lesson on Sir Tristan was, but interesting anyway. Third base delayed again. Dude, Rogue, I don't know. I honestly don't know if you can afford this to happen again. I don't. That SCV block was sublime. The Reaper showed up. The Reaper actually allows this to go down. I'm going to go with that was a mistake. I mean, sure, these drones are unprotected. I get that, but, I mean, ends up getting 0 kills. I think delaying the third would have been a bigger deal. The problem is it's not a very long walk for a queen to get up here compared to other maps. So I think he just made a gamble, forced one of the drones to turn into an extractor, bruised another one, and got out. Oh, secret factory hidden up here for Maru. It is inches away from this Overlord's vision, but not in it. Interesting play. So he's hiding this from the scouting Overlords. Once again, Rogue has no interest in going for Overlord speed, which I don't know is helping him today. I just feel like scouting is real good, and Overlord with speed are some of the best scouts in the entire game. You have 100 of them because you're making them anyway. Dunno. Is that a starport? Okay, so 2 factory. Barracks starport here with an expansion out of Maru. It's not a crazy 1-base attack, that's for sure. I don't know that we'll ever see those again, honestly. With how big the maps are these days and how safe it is to go 1 racks expand or 1 gate expand, I'm not sure 1-base attacks are ever going to be a thing again. It's just too easy to hold for Zerg. Too easy for your enemy to hold, you know? Tech lab on the factory. Viking there. Nothing crazy happening back home. I don't see a fusion core. I don't see any further tech here. I don't know. It's getting blue flame. Oh, is this a Hellbat attack? This feels a bit like it's a Hellbat attack. If we get an armory over here next, this can be really hard to hold for Zerg players if they don't have any Banelings or Roaches. Banelings, though, are pretty much what you're going to have available to you generally at the stage it hits. if you don't see it coming. Overlord doesn't get any scouting at all. I mean, this is dark. Dark, 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 dark. Nothing. No information whatsoever. Couple Hellions are out. Yep, there's your armory. Okay. So the armory inside the main base, he knows he can keep Overlords out, so hiding it somewhere is not going to cause a problem. Oh, the Zergling. The Zergling Scout. The clutch. Zergling Scout sees the factory, sees the tech lab researching something, and says that's gotta be Blue Flame. With a number of Hellions, that scout was humongous. Roach Warren immediately gets tossed down. Like, immediately gets tossed down. Where, though? Evolution Chamber is walling off. He's got a Roach Warren up there. Yeah, he knows this is going to be a lot of Hellions. This is going to be Blue Flame. And these are going to be Hellbats. And here they are. Can he hold? As the amazing Blue Flame Hellbats are going to try to take down the Roach Warren. They're so good against buildings. Oh my gosh, they got the Roach Warren. Another building planted. This looks like a Protoss player holding off against a Baneling bust. I don't know. Can Rogue hold here? Does not look good for him at all. Meanwhile, how these Lings get it? Did they just walk in the main base? What the crap, Rogue? Who even thinks to do that? Blue Flame Hellbats are here. There are no Roaches. There are no Banelings available. These Queens have to hold as well as they can. The attack of Lings was taken down on the other side of the map. What a crazy position to be in. Rogue, can he do this? I don't know, man. The Hellbats are directly on top of the Queens. Lings are rolling and getting absolutely destroyed instantly, though. But no, the Hellbats. Enough Queen damage, enough Ling damage coming from all directions. These Queens worth their weight in gold right now. More Hellbats are here, more with the Blue Flame. A Queen does go down. 4 kills on that Queen, 4 kills on that Queen, 3 kills on that Queen. These Queens are paying for themselves immensely. Good defensive unit, guys. If nothing else, as a Zerg player, make your Queens. Hellbats, undecided as to what to do, but I guess if you're going to stay here with your drones, we'll roast you up, no problem. Zerglings trying to get in here to the natural base. No, they're getting roasted up by Blue Flame Hellions. That's not going to happen. This attack is shoved away. And when the smoke clears, it is 46 workers for Rogue and 38 workers for Maru. And for a second there, Rogue had a massive advantage, and then Maru kicked it up a notch, as Terrans can do with their mules, of which there are 2 on the field right now. Whoa. I always do that, right? I think I've done that before. You need Banelings or Roaches to handle Hellbats, I'll say. No, says Rogue. I'll just make 1,000,000 Queens. I'll transfuse them well. I'll make Zerglings that aren't going to do a lot, but they'll help. And eventually the Hellbats will die. And that's what happened. That was ridiculous. That was such fantastic play. I'm kind of drained that Rogue held that attack. This attack's not doing anything. Not with Queens present, not with Lings present. And Rogue's up 57 to 45 workers. Third base trying to land for Maru. I'm not sure if Rogue's going to try to stop that. He's got some Lings. He's producing some more, but I think these are mainly for defensive purposes. Creep spreading, a little bit anemic, but I think Rogue's just catching his breath after that attack that he barely held. Roach Warren, Glio Reconstitution. He wants Roaches and he wants fast Roaches, but it's definitely going to be more of a barracks play here out of Maru. Yes, he spent all that time on Hellbats, but he's transitioning now back over to Marines. That Hellion gets roasted and just exploded for no reason. I mean, there was a reason. There were enemies there. That extra evolution chamber dies. I think it'd be funny if you killed your own buildings as Zerg if the building took exception and the Broodlings attacked you instead of just sitting there. I think that'd be hilarious. That's a Nidus network from Rogue. Oh, is he going like a Roach Queen Nidus follow-up here? Good heavens, what absolute chutzpah on display here from Rogue. Income fairly even, trending back toward Rogue here a little bit. Overall, I think it's been Rogue's game for economy, if I had to say. But yeah, Roaches, Ravagers. He's not making more drones. He's stopping at 60 workers. There's a window where this might work. He just doesn't have any vision for a Nidus at all. So he doesn't have Overlord speed either. So it has to be this Overseer that cruises in there. Hellions can't get through there because smart Zerg players will wall this off. But we just boost up and we see there are Roaches and we go home. All right, is this just going to be another? I'm going to throw up a Nidus at the front door in full view of everything and reinforce using that. Yeah, he just abandons. Maru abandons the third base entirely, says, nope, this is an all-in, effectively. This is Rogue not making any more workers, not making a fourth base. So we're not going to be able to hold that third, unfortunately. Very good game sense from Maru there. Got my tanks. Let's keep making those tanks. Let's set them up in great positions to not get corrosive biled. A couple supply depots taking some hits here. Not quite enough on the Marines. They don't have the upgrades they usually do. Because he went for that Infernal Pre-Igniter instead. Combat Shield's not even done yet. Nidus coming up in the main. This is so problematic for Maru. Army supply 80 to 53. That might be it. SCV's pulled off the line. Queen's jumping into the main base. We've got some Blue Flame Hellions roasting up a ton of drones over here at Rogue's third, but I don't know. This is a lot of Queens, a lot of Roaches. Did he actually hold on to the attack of the natural base? He did for a minute. The Ravagers, shoop, shoop, shoop. They do take down the tank. That's a huge win. This engagement right here is kind of insane right now. With Queens inside the main base, the Queens have to go home. Are they going to go home? I don't know. Can they afford to? 29 SCVs have been killed, though. Rogue has the better economy, but I don't think Rogue can win it right here. This is really scary, but Maru is holding like an absolute beast. I don't know what he ate today. Oh, he gets the Nidus. He kills a Queen that can't get back home, and Maru survives. He's alive on 2 bases. He's only got 30 SCVs, which seems bad, but he can recover that well, especially if a 3rd base is here, and it is. Dude, this game... Yeah, this series is getting an epic tag. What an absolutely treat of a ZVT here today. An absolutely treat? An absolute treat of a ZVZ here today. ZVZ, ZVT. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. Brain's little off. Sometimes that happens. All right, man. Here comes Maru. He's down in economy. He knows. He's actually catching back up thanks to, I'm assuming, mules. Are the Ravagers going to be enough here? Look at these Ravagers die. No. I don't actually like Ravagers in this situation at all. It's too easy to dodge the Corrosive Bile, and they don't have enough HP to survive anything the other way. And the range doesn't matter because the Bile is going to stim at you and get up in your face anyway. Pulling back, reinforcing units coming in from Maru. This is nuts. The Nidus, the Nidus network dies. That's what you get for putting it out here. I think this Overseer wanted to throw another Nidus Worm down. Nope. Not happening. And again, Rogue desperately trying to hold here. And he does shove Maru back. Army supply, barely favoring Rogue. Worker supply, heavily favoring Rogue right now. But again, mules are good. The income tab will show it. Go back up into the blue here in just a second. We're not actually getting there. I don't know. Meanwhile, massive attack. Sort of massive attack coming into the 4th base that Rogue is trying to get up. And no, Rogue's doing fine, everyone. He's on 55 workers. He is making as many units as he can here. It's 20 drones down for 40 SCVs. But as I always say, Terran is not dead until they're dead. So here comes Roach Ravager Army with 2-2. Oh, they have 2-2. And it's 1-1 for the bio. Upgrade advantage favoring Rogue right now. But SCVs throwing their lives away in the pursuit of killing these Ravagers and saving the bio alive. These mules even came over to help. That hurts. 15 SCVs down. And I think Rogue's got to be happy about that. I killed a ton of his workers. His income is not good right now. Look at that difference. Holy crap. Rogue killing it economically. And if you're wondering why I haven't always been doing this, it's because it's only available on Game Heart Cast Games with that mod. And I forgot about it. So if it's a Game Heart, which means it was played professionally on some level and casted professionally, we'll get the Game Heart. Otherwise, I don't have the income tab, and I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Maru, he's down in every conceivable metric right now, but he really doesn't want to go to a Game 5. That seems like a terrible life decision to go to Game 5 against Rogue. Dropping inside the main base. There's really only Queens here, but they do have 2-2. And some Roaches joining the party as well. Not really enough of a reason to go home. I don't know about that for Maru. Roach Ravager again coming in against the 1-1 Marines and Marauders with medevac support. And I don't know. This is close. This is a much closer game than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Hellbat attack might win. I thought the Nidus might win. But these players are proving incredibly resilient. Which is what you want from your semifinal at a premier event, right? Absolutely. Also, if you're watching this and you have any specific requests of games from Katowice you want me to cast that you watched and were just blown away by, put them in the comments. I read every comment anybody ever makes on any of my channels. I will be sure to cast the games if you request them. I trust y'all. You're huge StarCraft fans. Corrosive Bile landing, getting some decent hits there, but again, standing in, both players feeling pretty confident about their chances right now. You usually don't see this, and Rogue gets the win. Maru taps out in 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, it's 102 to 27 army supply. It's double. I mean, it's double during this final battle. Even if it's Roach Ravager, they've got 2-2. And Maru's, actually, his 2-2 finishes up here, but I think he just eats too many Corrosive Biles. He's down in economy. He's only got 22 SCVs. What the heck? He just kept pulling. That was it. He just kept pulling the SCVs in, and they were dying. And yeah, he knew even if he could maybe win that battle, there was another giant army coming behind it. And Rogue ties it up and does send it to a game number 5. What a series. What an absolutely stupidly close, incredible series. I don't even know what to tell you today. We're looking at, what? A 14-minute game number 4. 16,000 losses in resources for Maru and 18,000 for Rogue. Insanity. Absolute insanity. The Nidus was held. The Hellbats were held. Without Banelings or Roaches. This series is definitely getting the epitag. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I hope you're enjoying it, because if you are, hit that like button. The algorithm likes it. All right, let's move on into game number 5. It's going to be good. I promise. Okay, I don't know. But it's probably going to be great. We're on Triton for game number 5. It's going to be Maru top left and Rogue bottom right. Woo! This series is taking it out of me, you guys. That last game was incredible. No matter who wins this, both players played excellently and should hold their heads up high. Woo! Getting this far in a Premier Tournament and getting to game 5 of a semifinal. I don't know. I just feel like that's an excellent performance. You may disagree with me, but hey, that's okay. Somehow we have Protoss music? That's what this is, right? Yeah, this feels very Protoss-y. Maru has zero interest in ever proxying ever again, you guys. That's what I'm looking at here. Actually, is this the Brood War Protoss track? It is. You know what's funny is, a few years ago, I was like, you know what I can do? I can play the Brood War soundtrack on my computer and turn off the sound and turn off the music in StarCraft 2 and get Brood War music in StarCraft 2, and it was the best thing of all time. But then they added the ability to just natively do that. You can be like, I'd like StarCraft 2 and Brood War soundtracks mixed when I play games. And now they just do it, and I completely don't notice it anymore. This is StarCraft 2. This is definitely SC2 sound, but yeah, how nuts is that? Brains, man. They just ignore stuff that becomes too common. Alright, so Overlord scouting around, SCV doing what he needs to do. We know how ZVT works, you guys, right? We're all on the same page now. We've learned a lot about this matchup and the early scouting and when to do things and whatnot. What's interesting is it's easier said than done. It's easier to understand the game compared to actually do it, which I think every caster in the world understands on some level. But Reaper out. Reaper name is gonna be Alistar, the Radio Demon. Alistar was a demonic entity known for his 1920 jargon, his strawberry pimp outfit, his sponsorship of the Has-Been Hotel, and being feared even by other demons. Bored of just constantly winning at everything in hell, he traveled back to the world of the living, taking on a Reaper suit to relieve his sheer absolute boredom via fighting where he is the underdog. Besides, if he dies, the worst that can happen is he'll be kicked back to hell. This is a reference to Has-Been Hotel, which, I don't know, it sounds like an anime to me. No idea what it is. Another engineering bay block over here from Maru. Loving that. Again, I like this. I just, as a Zerg player, if people block my stuff, I rage. You pylon block me? I say. Which, again, is the sound of ultimate suffering. And if you engineering bay blocked my third base, I'd be equally upset. So, I mean, KDA charge blows the queen back. The delay is real. Oh my gosh, the delay is real right now. The lings finally show up. The queen is here. The drone wants to not make an extractor anymore, but... Okay, got it. Again, 315 on the expand. That sucks. I mean, Rogue's had that happen in the series and won the game anyway, so it's not like it's game ending, but it's also caused him to lose. It's been part of a huge thing, right? Like, the way you beat a Zerg player like Rogue is not you do one huge thing and you win. Although if you catch him by surprise, sure. Like you send a battle cruiser into his base and he doesn't have anything but like 2 queens. Yeah, he dead. But he's probably going to be prepared for that. So the way you beat somebody like Rogue is death through 1,000 cuts. You delay the third base. You get some Hellion kills. We've seen this. You get a Liberator doing some stuff. You just pull him apart. You kill a couple of workers here and there so it adds up. You distract him from his timings so he's late on his lair or he's late on his tech. He's late on his 4th base. You maybe sneak an attack in there, force a cancel on a 3rd or a 4th, and that's how you win. It's very rare that you will see a Zerg player die to just one basic attack. Like that Hellbat attack. It's really scary, and it terrifies me every time because I can't hold it very well. But I haven't seen a Zerg player lose to it in some time. So it's just my fear of it that makes it seem really good. And it is really good, because otherwise Maru wouldn't pull it out in this stage. I'm just saying. It's not fantastic. I don't see a high win rate with it. With Terran players versus Zerg. That's what I'm talking about. So, I mean, there are some ways that Protoss can do it, right? An Adept Resonating Glaive all in can really just wreck a Zerg player. Yeah, I mean, a standard, kind of like an Immortal Sentry style thing can just win, but in ZVT, it really feels like there are not many attacks that just end it for the Zerg early. So Cloak Banshee coming in for Maru. Hellions sneaking on the left side. Overlord in position to see this, and the Queens are heading over before the Hellions arrive. That's how this works. Queen body blocking a little bit, and then her friends show up, and the Reaper escapes. Alastair. How do you say that? A-L-A-S-A-T-A-R. Oh, that's not Alastair. It's Alasatar. Alasadar? How do you... What? Oh, I think it's spelled wrong. Whatever. It's fine. Creep Tumor dead. Creep Tumor alive. Just barely, though. That hit came after it was down. Hacks, I say. What the? We're just doing Hellbat again? I wasn't even looking. So it's a Banshee Hellbat attack. That Hellbat is dead. This Hellbat is dead. Spore Crawler helping a lot right now. And, yeah, I don't... This is kind of not working for Maru at all, you guys. It was even less successful than the last one that we saw in game number 4. This Banshee's up to 1 whole kill. 2 whole kills. Hellion rolls into the 3rd base, gets 0 kills himself, and is chased down by Speedlings and dies. Rogue held that really well. He made that look easy. He had his queens, he had his spores, he had his lings out. He was oversaturated on his 2nd gas for 2 seconds, which is always fun. Zerglings trying to make something happen, but I don't see that happening at all. There's a wall and Marines. See? You have Banelings? Maybe if you had Banelings, you could get up there. I don't see any tanks. I kind of love the idea of doing a Baneling bust here, but Rogue decides, nah, when you're ahead, get more ahead. Take a 4th base. Get a Spire. Maybe don't make Mutalisks again. Maybe Corruptors this time. Get a Macro Hatch. Did he... How many... I mean, what? He's lost 2 drones. He lost 2 drones to that attack. Dos droneros. I don't know what drones is in Spanish. I made it up and it was probably offensive. Yeah, but look at Rogue. Economically, doing great. Even in the middle of that last attack. A little bit of Maru. Sure, but back down into Rogue territory here. His macro has been insane. Maru's 3rd base is landed, while the 4th base of Rogue is about 50% complete. He's double expanding because, again, you hold off an attack like that, you're in a good spot. You hold off the attack and don't lose much, and you're in a great spot. So here comes some Hellions and probably some Hellbats, if I had to guess, with medevac support this time, which is new and improved. 7 Banelings in production, centrifugal hooks on the way. It won't be done for this attack, though, and that is an issue. But Rogue can afford to lose this. I think he might just sack it and be like, whatever. I was trying to get more ahead. I got a little bit too greedy. You can have this. Is he actually? No, all right, he's trying to save it. The Hellbats are annoying, but the Banelings are good. Never mind, the Banelings aren't trying to do anything at all, and he's sacking the base. Yeah, he didn't even get a cancel on it. Jeez. Meanwhile, Baneling attack into the third of Maru takes down 10 SCVs. Your wall was not done. And as a result, bam, that's much better use than Baneling busting the front. Maru pays the price. Rogue looking good. So still trying to make stuff happen here is Maru, but no. This is too many Banelings coming up right now. See these Banelings? And they have centrifugal hooks! Run! Run! Your doom is upon you! Your doom is still upon you, guys. Get out of here. Widowmine shot. Not bad, though. And it is Mutas. All right, Rogue. If he's going... You're going to go for Mutas, at least be really ahead. And you know what? He is. How many drones died in that attack? 0. All right, so we're going Widowmines because we know there's Mutas. Drilling Claws on the way, but not done yet. Widowmine. Oh, I don't know if that actually exploded, to be honest. That's a good Widowmine hit. Ah, it sure was. It certainly was. Maru really wants to take this base down. I'm not super convinced that he can. The splits are godlike for Maru here, though. Like, stupid good. Overlord's in a bad place. And Rogue's going to lose this base, too. Maru, are you doing this? I'm looking at it. I feel like he's doing this. Rogue has another fourth base in the bottom left here, which is hilarious. It's like, I just have backup plans to my backup plans. Definitely doesn't know that exists. Maru should know it exists, though. Some scouting would be good. Thor in production. Again, he knows how to handle Mutalisks. You can make nothing but Marines and Widowmines and Thors, and you'll be just fine. Thanks. We've seen this. I haven't seen a Zerg player win with Mutas versus Terran since Cyril did it. Back at Home Story Cup, I think. It's been a while, is what I'm trying to say. I haven't seen Mutas even attempted, really. Interesting attack coming on in. These are 2-2 Lings versus 1-1 Marines. But the Lings want nothing to do with it. Muta's going after supply depots again. Going into mineral lines means there's probably Widowmines waiting for you. There usually aren't Widowmines at these supply depot walls, though. The repair does come in with 2 very injured SCVs getting healed up, though, nicely. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay. So, one thing I did learn in playing a mono battle the other day, out on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin, by the way, these medevacs dying for no reason, is that Mutalisks can actually handle Widowmines. They're fast enough to dart in there and pick off the Widowmine before it fires. Which, I was a mono battle player who had Widowmines, and there was a Mutalisk player on the other side, and he wrecked me. I thought for sure. I was like, I'll put Widowmines everywhere. He's not going to be careful. I think these Mutas are trapped and possibly dead. I don't know if they can get out of here, unless Maru lets them out. All right, that's cool. Bye, Mutalisks. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, and he... Why did he do that? I guess he can't sit here forever, I suppose, is the answer to that. Anyway, yeah. No, he never once took a Widowmine shot to his Mutas. He had Overseers, he had a mass Mutalisk, and my Widowmines just died one by one throughout the entire game. It was insane. Alright, so Rogue is 4-basing it, which this bottom left-hand base has happened. This Thor's here to absorb Baneling shots and kill Banelings and kill Mutalisks. But this is a pretty dangerous position. I don't like that Maru is getting surrounded here. He doesn't either. 4th base for Maru gets shut down for the 2nd time. And this 3rd base is in trouble, so Maru decides it's time to move on in. But guess what? There's a lot of Banelings. Maru's 3rd base is in shambles at the moment. He just lost 21 SCVs there. Is down 38 to 80 total workers. This little counterattack of Ling Muta absolutely just wrecked Maru. I don't know that there's coming back from this. I know that Terran players are not dead until they're dead. I say that a lot. It's true. But losing your 4th base twice is bad. Losing your entire economy on your 3rd base is bad. And income just has been a rogue kind of a day today, with so much Zerg income compared to what Maru's been able to put together. I kind of feel like letting these Mutalisks live was a big problem for Maru. It snowballed into losing 21 SCVs. I don't know how else to explain that, but that was brutal. 3-3's on the way for Maru at 12:59 and 13 minutes. A Hive's coming in from Rogue. What are his upgrades at? Okay, so probably Ultras, maybe Brood Lords too. Can see Broods if you're going for the melee attacks, because Broodlings benefit from melee attacks. Thor shot here, and too many Marines. I mean, you could probably magic box that Thor with the mutas if they were alone, but the Marines are just game changers, and you don't want to go in there with Marines because they'll die. Ultralisk Cavern coming in. Nice Widowmine shot. Does catch some of those mutas. Dude, that player in that mono battle paid more attention to his mutas than Rogue is right now, which is kind of nuts if you think about it. So Ultra Cavern on the way inside the main base next to the Infestation Pit. Going for Adrenal Glands. Going for 3-3 for the Zerglings. And another hatch here at the right side for Rogue. Tackle on the left side. I like the static defense. Rogue has a spine. That is fourth. More players should do that. Banelings! Okay, the Thor absorbed most of those Banelings. Army supply is actually up for Maru right now, 116 to 122. Rogue's just kind of A-moving into Maru's natural base right now, though. This is insane. This game 5, though. Zerglings cruising into the fourth base of Maru, and a Widowmines kills some of them, but not all of them. Hatch down. Drones running for their lives. The natural base is under fire. The third base is dead. Not sure that Maru has any income whatsoever. The Banelings are here, though, and they're just going for it, man. They're not going to wait for the Widowmines to set up. A lot of dead Terran. Not completely dead Terran, though. He's still here. He's down to 2 workers and 73 army supply. He's got a dream. He's got a dream, and that's your good game. Rogue takes the series. 3 games, 2-2 in this best-of-5 semifinal. Holy cannoli, what a series. I don't even... What a match. What a series. How dumb was this series? I mean, looking at this, I don't know how Rogue loses this game, to be honest. You can't have this much of an income advantage over the last 10 minutes of any match against a pro level game and lose, I don't think. Unless you just throw hard. But yeah, man, only 13 drones died. If you can keep all of your drones alive but 13 of them in 14 minutes, you're doing fine. 72 SCVs were out. That was it. 2 orbital commands. 3 hatcheries were killed. Maru did a great job with that. But somehow these little counterattacks of Lings and Mutas just did way more damage than I think Maru was expecting them to. He didn't have a ton of defense, didn't have a ton of Widowmines and turrets and stuff up, and ended up losing several bases as a result, including his entire worker count. Yeah, end of the day there, it was 30 Marines, 2 Marauders, and a Thor. And I mean, in fairness, the army supply here for Rogue is not awesome. 17 Mutalisks and 68 Lings is like, okay, it's fine. But it was enough. It was enough, especially with the economy, to get the win. So, frigging-tastic ZVT Best of 5 series. I really hope this means that Maru is going to have a great year. I think 29 was highly disappointing for him in a lot of ways and a lot of places. But, man, he looks good. My expectations for him are way up. Way up for 2020 after the series. Rogue was just Rogue. Rogue took some serious setbacks. Absolutely, yes. But at the end of the day, he got it done. He held the attacks. He kept his stuff alive and was able to get up an army and win with Mutalisks. Check that action out. Winning with Mutas. Doesn't happen a lot. Cyril's done it. Rogue's done it. Exclusive list at this highest tier of StarCraft 2 playerdom. Oh, I feel like I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. All right. Well, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.